Warning. The following program is a recap of the HBCU sports world. It is meant to be comedic and informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their schools, or all black people. There may be some cuss words and some cultural words. If that bothers you, move along. If you're young, please seek permission before watching any further. If you at work, make sure you got your earbuds in. Don't blame us if you get fired. Thank you. The Outspoken Show.
And P.S. Don't be so damn sensitive.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jet, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, they find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. To the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Therriault's kids. D-Face. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring son up, baby.
All participants are muted.
Hey, yo, Scottay, we back.
Yo,
Appreciate you for reaching
you a
out.
star.
I'm like, hey, it's Outspoken. A lot changed. Granted, the concept we still hosting. Giving you the fix you need when on the screen. The veteran, Captain Petty, giving you medicine. Come tap in. You know Scott gonna do what he do. Might not want to hear it, but here go the hard truth. Perry about the numbers, regret if you're not fact-based. When you run your lane, the numbers seem like a statue. Wait. Hey, Scotty, man, I'm not feeling it. I don't think the people feeling it. Let me get in my bag a little bit, just showing what this Outspoken really about to be like. Outspoken, this is more than conjecture. These days they land people also glad that we got our own. Hunger insatiable, made for you if you say you objective. Hard truth offering, no offense, just perspective. Come get your dosage and go with me. We spit it like poetry. The pivot was pivotal. Could rhyme here, but I'd rather not. Some say Scotty, some call him Scott, the best one since Stewart. If you know, then you know. But if you don't, then you lost. Let me be frank for a minute, cause we all know that's how Perry be. Breaking down the game for what it was, no apologies. This my hypothesis, you tune in, you like watching it. It's common sense, obvious, competent, rugged, and confident. Hey, we outspoken. We outspoken. We outspoken. This is outspoken, and we gon' put on a show, even if we hear you say I can't stand. It's outspoken.
Hey, backpack.
What is going on, everybody? You already know it's your boy Scottay back with another one, man. Please. We haven't had this. I need y'all to give it up for my brother from another, because we haven't done this show in quite some time. And football season is around the corner. You can smell it. Please get it for our co-host, Pre-Wade.
I'm always gonna get the southern neck every time, huh?
You don't ask for anything else.
Okay. All right.
And plus, y'all don't do too much winning anyway, so y'all don't get too much.
Just tell me you like neck without saying you like it.
Oh, I like some neck. Nah.
Jesus. This how we gonna do this today? I was finna say if this how we gonna pop it off, but then that just go right into it. Man, I couldn't have a class with you, dude. Hey, cutting up.
Woo! I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I like some neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But yeah, you don't ask for no other tracks. I'm like, what you?
I thought you would just bring me on and I say, hey, good morning or good afternoon. Hell, but okay. I'll take it every time. That's my alma mater. I got it on my chest today.
You know
so
yeah, listen. You listen. You got what I got up in there. I don't even know what I can go.
Getting ugly. Bubba Spark.
You know, I got a little bubble in there. I can go, watch out for the. Oh, that's the wrong one.
No.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
Hey,
That's all you right there.
You know what?
That's all you right there.
You know,
I saw you all on Instagram vacuuming and folding clothes and washing dishes to that song.
Hey, I love you, Kendrick. Let me see what else I got up in here. I could have hit you with the.
That's still a good soundbite, though. We're gonna use that if Norfolk finds success this year. We still got it. That's timeless.
Yeah, it really is. Because Vic ain't gonna give you no soundbite like that. Vic ain't
Nah.
Nah.
But that's timeless. That'll forever go down in Norfolk State history. They need to put that on everything football related. Not even football, athletic related.
It should. I agree with you. Like, when the video ends, like if they do like a clip or a snippet of football, whatever, and then at the end, you have the drop, because like FAMU, it has the at the end of all their videos. So you just yeah, that
they paid my boy enough money to use that. They should. They paid my boy enough money to be able to keep that going.
They should. I think that's respectable. I would. I think it's a great soundbite, by the way. I think it's
awesome.
It is. Because Vic be like, he don't even sound. He be like, "Behold the greeting." I'm like, man, you don't.
Oh, he said it before.
Yeah, he said it in one of the little off-season clips. He didn't believe what he was talking about. He didn't believe it. So
it with the old goddamn. Now that's the classic.
Oh, I took that one off because I had.
What?
No, I got you.
Oh, goddamn. I mean, that just go down. You don't shoot no more. You still shooting? Hey, boy, if ain't nobody gonna shoot the block up, you gonna shoot the block up.
Hey, listen, I was trying to get one of those but I thought that would be too aggressive, so I was like, yeah, that's a little too much. I like my little pea shooter. I like from
Wait,
what?
What? Play it again. I heard something else. I thought.
Nah, I said I wanted to do the, you know what I'm saying, but like a little Uzi gun. But I said, I like my little pea shooter from like Harlem Nights. He was like,
yeah. Stop shooting that goddamn thing. What the hell are you doing with one shot?
That's all I got for you. Listen, I got to pay some bills, man. Listen, it is around the corner. The Tubman Museum Golf Tournament partner with the Alabama State men's and women's golf team. Listen, get your registration in. I have been hearing there's a lot of attendees, so you make sure you're getting your registration in. www.tubmangolf.org. That is www.tubmangolf.org. Listen, foursomes, if that's what you into, okay? $500 individual, $150 next Monday. Is it next Monday? No, maybe the Monday after next. Or is it next Monday? Let me see.
Next Monday is the 5th.
Man, Cinco de Mayo is in the building. That's my son's birthday, by the way. He is born on Cinco de Mayo. So Cinco de Mayo next Monday. Make sure you are locked in. Get your clubs, get your boys, your girls, all that. Come on, head out to the Crystal Lake Golf and Country Club in Hampton, Georgia, man. We would love to have you at the Tubman Museum Golf Tournament. It is in full force. You can hit the QR code as well. All right, make sure you are in attendance. Now, I've been seeing some chatter in the comments. Let's explain what the SWAC Rumble is. Okay, let's explain this because I want to be very clear. This is not anybody that is in the 80s. It's not nobody. We're not doing nothing behind 95. Okay, nothing behind 95. So if you was in college during that time, 9 times out of 10, it ain't. Anytime before that, your player ain't gonna be mentioned. Okay,
just call in and give us the memories. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. That's all we got for you. We ain't got no clips because the SWAC ain't got no clips, so we ain't got no clips. If you ain't Fred, what Steve McNair or Totten and Rice, you ain't got no clips. Okay, so we leaving it right there. Now, 99 going forward is what we're talking about in the SWAC Rumble. So Perry, being the genius that he is, right, was like, yo, man, let's do a bracket style SWAC quarterbacks. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. Some of the legends that have played the SWAC, because me, I just got here. Okay.
All you know is Shador and Diaz.
You know what I'm saying? I just got here. Okay. Yeah. I just pulled up on the block. So I don't know nothing.
And there's plenty of folks in here that got here too. All they know is Shador and Diaz.
It'll kill. That's all I got for you, right? So he was like, yo, let's do that. So it's a bracket style. So we made our own bracket, you know what I'm saying? So we'll be doing every week, we'll be doing 4 quarterbacks, right?
And just for disclaimer, I saw in the chat a lot of people saying what names should be mentioned, what names, why is this? Listen, this is just the 4 that we have for this show. No way are we saying these 4 that you see listed are the absolute best in the conversation, but these 4 will be a part of the conversation, if that makes sense. And that's going to be on y'all to pick. That's the beauty of it. We're just bringing it to you because a lot of this happened before some people was born. A lot of this happened before, as he said, a lot of people even tuned in to the SWAC. I saw all of these guys play. A lot of them I saw play in person. So for me, it's a walk down memory lane. For a lot of people, it'll be the first time you hear the names. It'll be the first time you see the highlights. And on top of, there are other names that could be mentioned. But as I made the edits for all of these highlights, let's keep in mind, it ain't like all our games was on television. All right? It ain't like it's easy to go out there. Shout out to Alex Hines. I don't know who he is, but the SWAC should pay him to be the historian.
Good money.
I mean, if you're looking for something, you're going to find it on his page, right? So a lot of this, pretty much all of this that you see compiled, and the quality isn't good on a lot of it either. Some is good, some is not, so you bear with it as well. So I just want y'all to get out of this 4K 2025, man. We going way back, and also remember, there may be some people who you would like to see mentioned in this. It's just not enough footage out there on them either. So this is the best of the best that I can get for the footage that is out there, starting with the group that we have. And there's plenty more that's going to join this group in future episodes. But I want to make sure I say that. I'm probably going to have to say that every show so people can understand that you don't know how hard and how long I have. Pause. All right. You don't know
how much time was spent.
Yeah, thank you. Jesus. Why do we live in this era that we do? It bothers me sometimes. I just can't speak candidly, but
go ahead.
All right. You don't know how much time it took to go through and look at this footage, because some of it couldn't even be used because this old school tapes being converted to on the digital side. And so The quality just was not good. But if you like to go watch stuff like that, just if you can sit through the bad quality, you know, that's on you. But that's the disclaimer to a lot of this. There are plenty of names that could be mentioned. But as of now, when you see all the ones that we do release, this is just what I could find. And not just one game, but I'm talking about a multiple of games where I could put together enough for a highlight that you guys can be entertained about. So I just want to put that out there. There are names that you can say, but on the SWAC and on the schools for not archiving this history and being able to find these games. And if it wasn't for Alex Hines, I don't know what we'll do.
Shout out to Alex Hines. Shout out. Let me say this, right? So the criteria, right? Not really criteria, but how the voting goes is we'll give you 4 QBs, right? I'll put a poll at the end of the 4th video. You'll vote. The top 2, we will watch the video again, and then we'll vote on the top 2. Now, and at the end, it will be ranked 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, at the end of all the quarterbacks, all the ones will get ranked. We'll do a show with all the ones. We'll do a show with all the 2s. We'll do a show with all the 3s, and we'll do a show with all the 4s. Right? So then you'll have who's the best out the 1, who's the best out the 2s, who's the best out the 3, who's the best out the 4, and then you have the top 4 quarterbacks who come out with victories, with championships, or with participation trophies, whatever you want.
Basically, we're doing tiers.
Tiers. There you go.
And it's just the first 4 to start, everybody. It's plenty more to come.
Plenty.
So I know y'all throwing all these names. You just got to wait for the next show to see what the next 4 are going to be. And the 4 after that, and the 4 after that. But this is the 4 for this show.
Thank you. So, as you can see, the 4 for this show is Bruce Eugene, Terrance Levy, okay, Tavaris Jackson, and the White Tiger, Casey Therriault. All right. So, again, without further ado, the SWAC Rumble.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Let's get ready to rumble. Okay. Now, first up to bat in the SWAC Rumble is the legendary, may he rest in peace, Tavaris Jackson. Now, P, I got a summary that people can read, but you can give them the stats and everything that you want to talk about.
Well, this guy I was a fan of because he initially started his college career at the University of Arkansas. And Arkansas actually made it to the to the SEC championship. He was the backup quarterback, then ended up starting. So he played in the SEC championship for Arkansas. He transferred to Alabama State because his dad was coaching there. If I'm not mistaken, I believe his dad was one of the coaches there. And so he transferred to Alabama State. And of course, as you can see from his stats, he accumulated 7,201 passing yards, along with 63 touchdowns, with 940 yards rushing, 11 rushing touchdowns. He was the SWAC championship MVP. He led Southern to a 10-game win. Alabama State to a 10-game win season. The reason I say something because he beat Southern in the SWAC championship, where he was the MVP of the SWAC championship game, and then going on ended up being selected and drafted in the 2nd round by the Minnesota Vikings. And so, man, Tavaris Jackson, if you had a chance to see him play, I had a chance to see him play in person. Man, this dude right here was phenomenal. Had one of the strongest throwing arms that you would see, especially on this level. This dude was a treat to watch, and a lot of people may not have had the opportunity to see him. So I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy watching Tavaris Jackson and what he was able to accomplish at Alabama State.
All right, here's Tavaris Jackson's highlights off the On the Yard Sports, and courtesy of Alex Hines. Here we go.
I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
Starting quarterback, number 7, Tavaris Jackson. He is a 3-year starter, and he is sensational. He will jump off your TV screen.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about a guy loaded with talent. This is Tavaris Jackson.
He's going to play action, look at that gun, check, top the top, and a big-time catch over the middle. It looks very dark right now.
Okay, can we be honest? That was a bad pass. That was a great catch. That was a great catch, P. But that was a bad pass. You're muted, P.
What you want to do? You want to stop it and go as we going through it?
I mean, we can always. It's only 3 minutes, so we can rewatch it real quick. What I'm saying is because people are here like, oh, that was a bad pass. Okay, I just want to be very clear. I mean, if we critique it, we critique it. That's a bad pass. I just want to be. I'm just saying. I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
1st and 10, 3 yards shy of midfield. Jackson over the middle. Great catch again. Jackson trailing by 14 in the shotgun formation. Over the middle, the gun again. Pinpoint pass. Jackson holding, getting a block, trying to run over a defender. And here they are. Faking it inside, and Jackson going to try to get to the outside. Take it up.
They were 35% of third down conversions a year ago. Let's see how they're going to do today.
Going for it all.
Oh, great catch. The shotgun this time. Tavaris Jackson lets it go. Nice timing pattern, and it's good for first. Back to pass. Little fade.
Intercepted again.
Touchdown. 1st down and 10. He wants to go to the air right away. Looking for the big play. Throws over the middle. Has it complete to Alvance Robinson. Robinson inside the 30. And he's still on his feet and finally brought down at the 29-yard line. From the shotgun, Tavaris Jackson on 1st and 10. Throws over the middle. Again, Alvance Robinson with the catch. Play action again.
He has him.
And it's complete on the near side and run out of bounds by Steven Tucker. Here's Jackson, back to pass. Over the middle, complete. Touchdown. Going to the air, throws, complete, touchdown.
As they can't seem to get the lead on Southern. They trail, pump fake, downfield wide open receiver. Chance, and this time comes through. Oh my, Harris gonna fake like he's throwing it, get it back to the quarterback. Jackson with some blockers, finally upended at about the 35-yard line. Jackson holding. Oh yeah, he stepped away from what? He's still on his feet. Takes it inside the 20.
Jackson on the quarterback draw. Jackson busting loose out across the 40.
Jackson to his right, keeps it. Oh my, hurdles for a 1st down. Jackson trying to bite off a big chunk, and they do. Touchdown Robinson. 2 first downs this second half. Jackson wants a 1st down and more, and he'll get it. Slam Hoffman. Touchdown.
Don't get the 1st down to just go ahead. Not a bad play.
Across the middle. Touchdown. 2nd one of the day for Brandon Hars. Level receiver playing in the NFL also. Here's a pass and it's caught. Wide open. Going down the sideline. Jackson throwing. Touchdown.
What a catch.
What a catch by Maddox.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I just looking at the formations, looking at the style of play back then, man. It's just so funny. It's so night and day. A little. I mean, you can still see a little of some type of spread in that style, but it was a lot of under center. 2 tight end, 2 receivers, a lot of 12 personnel. But overall, Pete, what you got?
I'm sitting back watching. I'm enjoying it as we watch it because it gives us. I like watching film and looking at guys. So, man, Tavaris Jackson that was just the best of the best that I could find from the footage. I'm pretty sure, over his career, he made way better plays. That was a lot. But as back then, hell, you can only catch the best games. It was the SWAC championship and the Magic City and a couple other games. But, man, Tavaris Jackson was one of those dudes in this conference, man.
Man, he looked legit. He looked legit. All right, so we're playing it. Keep that in your memory. We moving forward. Listen, I don't care that Tavaris Jackson was drafted in the 2nd round. I don't care about none of that. All right, we're going
drafted higher than Shador, wasn't
he? Hey, yo. What's wrong with you, man? You know how people feel about the Sanders family. What's wrong? You trying to get me canceled?
Ain't nothing bad about saying what it's a fact. It was the truth. He was drafted in the second round. Shador was what, the 5th round?
5th round. Yeah.
Yeah.
144 to be exact.
I think Tavaris might be since that point, the highest drafted quarterback coming out of the SWAC.
Yeah. Yeah. That's facts.
So let's keep that in mind.
Let's keep that in mind.
What other quarterback has been drafted, especially that high? So I want that to be remembered as well.
All right. Hey, next up on the SWAC Rumble, big body, big Benz.
Now I'll tell you something about this dude. For real. So I always tell the story. Of course, growing up, I was a ball boy for UAPB football.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to see a lot of these guys up close. This dude, I heard about him so much growing up. When I finally met him, this was once. I don't get starstruck. It just doesn't happen. But as a kid, bruh, I was starstruck when I met this dude. UAPB and Grambling used to play in Shreveport all the time. What was the damn classic called? The Red River Classic back in the day. So he used to play in Shreveport in Independence Bowl. So finally, they decided to start playing each other home and home, and I got a chance to catch him on the back end of his career when they came to Pine Bluff for the first time. And it was like the first time, I think, since they had joined the SWAC that they actually came to Pine Bluff. Man, he put on the show, but when I met him, bro, I was starstruck. I was a little youngster. I went up and shook his hand after the game, but just to see how big it was, because back in those days, man, all you heard about him all the time. You watched the games televised, and you always constantly heard about Bruce Eugene, because every week it seemed like this dude was doing something amazing with his arm or with his leg. So when I finally saw him, this is the only dude I probably in the SWAC I ever just truly been starstruck, and you can clearly see by his stats. I mean, 13,530 passing yards, 140 touchdowns. He was the SWAC Player of the Year, won the SWAC championship. He goes down as one of the all-time leading passers, not only in the SWAC, but FCS football. This dude right here was the real deal. And if you didn't get a chance to see him, on top of, look how big he was. They called him Big Bruce Eugene for a reason.
Big Bruce. Like a Deuce Cadillac. Wide.
Yeah, this dude right here, man, I grew up watching him, man. And if you grew up in this era, you knew this dude was the real deal. And it was, I think what was even more exciting about it, when you see how big he was in terms of his stature and his size, you would have thought he played offensive line. And he had an issue. He had an opportunity to get drafted and go in the league, and they talking about the season of the Tiger. They followed him that season. The problem was he couldn't keep the weight down, and NFL teams really didn't want to take a shot with him because of his size. His mama kept cooking them big old pots of gumbo and red beans and rice. I remember watching Season of the Tiger. I think she was staying in Grambling at the time because Hurricane Katrina had, displaced a lot of people down in New Orleans. So she had moved up there. He couldn't stop eating, man. And everybody kept telling him over and over, you got to lose weight. His weight ultimately became an issue with him, ultimately with his lack of success going to the next level. But while he was on this level, listen, this dude was off the chain, man. He was black college football.
He was black college football. Let me see. I think I got a caller. Uncle Willie, coming to you.
Hey, Scotty, thanks for taking my call. Hey, Pierre, how you doing? How's the weather over there in Louisiana?
Oh, man, beautiful, sunny. Go to the pool today if I want to.
Hey, look here. I want to touch real quickly. Now, Scotty, I want you to get some of these knuckleheads straight. Now, this is my opinion. And it's been my opinion since the days in Jackson, since the Holy Savior was here in Jackson. I didn't think that Shador was better than a third or fourth round draft pick in the beginning. Now you have some of these podcasters out here trying to holler racism, and I just want people to know it wasn't about racism. There was a whole bunch of other stuff about racism. And if it was racist, they wouldn't have picked a black quarterback for the first draft choice. Some people just spew out a lot of unnecessary bullshit. This guy, he's a good talent. He can develop into a quarterback, but you got to look at the fact this man been playing in the same system, his daddy's system, since high school. As a matter of fact, they came here and got their ass skull drugged by Madison Central here in Jackson, Mississippi when he had that team over in Texas. So, but from the get green, I don't know what people were talking about his fucking arm strength. My son was able to throw the ball 100 yards when he was in high school, when he was in the 10th fucking grade. I don't know what they talking about, his arm strength, his speed. He hold the fucking ball too long. Then you want to talk about the Big Ten. The Big Ten is probably a step above the SWAC. If the SWAC was to recruit,
where are we going with this,
SWAC,
Uncle Willie? Where are we going with this?
Well, I done got upset with watching a lot of commentary on how they just mistreated Dion and how they mistreated Shador and stuff. And so I just wanted to get that out. I just wanted you to touch on it when you got a chance to. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it was no racial thing, is what I'm saying. I think it was a lack of talent. And that's what I'm gonna say. So
I got you, Uncle Willie. Appreciate the call.
And just to be clear, Shador is gonna have his day amongst all of this, okay?
Thank you. All right, let's get to these Bruce Eugene highlights. See what Big Bruce was looking like. Because I didn't see not a game. I didn't not a game. So this is all new to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Here we go.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White. And what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
Grambling. Eugene steps up, sees some running room ahead of him, gets the first down and goes out of bounds in front of the Grambling bench.
Perry, before we get going in this, I saw some stats where it says he was a finalist for the Walter Payton Award at least 2 times. Who beat him?
I can't remember. I mean, if it was anything outside of the SWAC at that time, I can't remember the FCS world. What at the time, Division I AA. I mean,
yeah,
you know, but he was our world at the time of black college football.
Got you.
Eugene at the 5. He could get in. Touchdown, Graham. Delvin Lewis, the lone setback. Delvin Lewis doesn't have it. The quarterback has it, and that's Eugene in for back to pass. Touchdown, Grambling.
Several times in the game. Just lay it up there, allow your wide receiver to run up under the football.
Wide receivers to the left. And Eugene takes off in the middle. When they leave everything open, cuts to the outside, picks up a first down. Jay Clay in motion. Eugene steps up, a little shuffle pass out to Clay. And Clay gets the first down out quarter. Eugene with a lot of time. And it's caught by Thyron Anderson.
This is a good job of just zipping it in there. It's a good job by Anderson to concentrate after the defensive back made a break underneath. A lot of times the wide receiver will react to the DB. And
on third down, a fade toward the end zone for Tyron. And a great catch by Douglas. Yeah, today. Great throw. On the quarterback keeper, here's the quarterback. Eugene trying to get in.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yes, he just stiffed on the defender, and he got in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day. To turn the ship in the ocean, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, look at this. He says, I'll put my 250 against your 190 pounds, and I'm going to take you for a ride. All he has to do is just touch the pylon.
Zip for touchdown. Douglas, his 3rd of the day. Harris, Frank Lewis, Essex Johnson, Lane Howell, who's the compliance coordinator here. Here's Thyron Anderson, touchdown. Have another new group of receivers in there. That one was almost dropped, even though it was.
Somebody of these young kids have to step up and say, I'm going to be the next Tremont Douglas.
They had Abney and Harris, all those guys in there. Here's Bruce Eugene running again into the secondary, and he's cut down from behind.
Do some points for you right before the half and command the 2-minute offense.
Eugene throws a bullet across the middle, has it complete. You're trying to split the receiver, but he goes on this time. And this is Tim Abney, dropped the touch. Eugene throwing a wide open touchdown. Tremont Douglas. And as you said, with 9 seconds to go, that's a good one.
Jonathan Banks and Charles Wilson and Lance Wright. Look at the anchors right here. They're just Jonathan Banks not letting anybody get close to the quarterback, can't even touch him. And Tim Batts just got beat on the inside move. As a safety, you're taught Don't get beat inside. Make them beat you on the sideline, especially down there in the red zone. But when they're coming at you that fast and that good, let's not take anything away from the Grambling.
Is that a young Jay?
Yeah. Jay Walker been around a long time, since the days of NBC Sports that was on. Well, NBC was the network owned by Robert Townsend. And when BET kind of faded out from covering black college football, NBC started picking up the games. And then ultimately you saw ESPN come into the mix. But those were the days with that transition between BET and NBC that used to cover those games.
Got you. I mean, maybe it was Tavaris was more exciting to me. Watching the highlights of Tavaris just seemed a little bit more exciting. I don't know, maybe you had to be there to kind of get the vibes for Bruce Eugene, but
and once again, it's about the footage that's out there that's clean enough to even put for his highlights. But the thing is, did you see how big this dude was?
It was big. I mean, you can't miss it. This dude's huge. You can't miss him. I feel like the white dude from ESPN rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Like, yeah, you can't miss him. I mean,
yeah, Bruce Eugene was like, when you showed up to a game and you saw this dude, you was like, no way that's the quarterback. There's no way he could run and no way he could throw. He won a lot of games and 13,000 passing yards. Come on. You saw with that Jackson game, he had 3 rushing touchdowns and hell, he probably threw for another 3 in that game. You saw what the score was, about 50-something to 20-something, So yeah. It was just I guess so. You had to be there to see him. Bruce Eugene was next level, man. And then you heard about him each and every week. I mean, it seemed like every week he had 300-400-yard passing games.
I'm just being honest from what I see. Again, new kid on the block. You know what I'm saying? New kid on the block. It was just like, all right, cool. Fat guy throwing the ball around. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what he was. The fat guy throwing the ball around. The fat guy who had 300+ yards a game was,
yeah.
And then could roll out and was mobile and they had no problem running the ball. That was in that time in the early 2000s, man. That was just. And then because you heard about it, it had a lure to it because once again, every game is televised or streamed like we have the luxury of now. So you would always hear, like I would hear on the radio when they do the Sheridan Black College poll every week. You would hear Bruce Eugene went off for 300-some yards, this, that, and missed many touchdowns. It's like, how could somebody do that? Then when you saw him in person, you actually finally got to see him.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, this is the dude they talking about, this big ass O-lineman.
Killing them.
It had a lure to it at the time. So now you get to see these guys every week. But at that time, it was a lure to who Bruce Eugene was and to hear the stories of how big he was and then to put up the stats that he did.
That's fair. All right. Next up, Terrance Levy. This is in your backyard, Perry. Tell us, talk to us.
Oh, man, Terrance Levy, a Southern great, man. You're talking about a guy who ended up getting a starting job and then he played with Southern when Southern and Jackson played in the very first SWAC championship game in 1999 in Legion Field in Birmingham. It was the first time they ever had the SWAC championship game between the East and Western Division champion, man. This guy right here is, you see, 4th all-time in passing. He passed for 4,627 yards and 38 touchdowns. He was the MVP of the Bayou Classic. He led Southern to the Heritage Bowl in 99, but, he didn't have that long stint of a career like Bruce Eugene, but nonetheless, when his number was called, he showed up for Southern, and that's why he goes down in history for what he did.
Hey, listen, I know people like, what's up with the UCLA? Listen, I need y'all to listen. If you go Google Terrance Levy, they're not really good pictures. I just want to they're blurry. It's probably like 3 good pictures, right? So the graphic that I use, I asked ChatGPT to clean it up. This is the best they got me, okay? This is the best they got. And Perry checked it out for himself.
First thing I said was, who the hell played at UCLA? That was literally the first thing I said. I said, man, who played at UCLA?
So I want to be very clear. So it ain't me.
Now he's Southern all the way. You're not a UCLA.
I just want to be very clear about that because I was trying, but pictures from them old SWAC guys, bro, I'll be feeling for them because their pictures are horrendous. Okay, The pitches now ain't even that good. You can barely find pitches of players now. So imagine back in 99 and 2000 and 2K. It ain't working. All right. So just want to give you that heads up. So don't think I'm out here cheating. Yeah, because y'all love talking about how I just be finding stuff on the internet and posting it. But I tried. That's all I'm saying. I tried. All right. Let's check out these Terrance Levy highlights.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White. And what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
Talk about offense, we talk about Southern, and it begins with their passing game.
Tom, beyond potent, we're talking about high octane, we're talking about fast break, we're talking about 41 points a game, some 500 plus yards since Terrance Levy has taken over this offense.
Because that young man doesn't drop any ball.
With the legacy that you started here, you got to feel happy to see it continue on with Doug Williams.
Ball now back at the 22-yard line. Levy, no pressure at all. Touchdown, Ingram. The Bayou Classic. Levy on a first and goal play. Touchdown.
Okay, let me stop it right here. I gotta stop it right here. This is probably the most exciting Bayou Classic I didn't see, and I didn't watch two. Out of all the Bayou Classics I didn't watch, I didn't see 3 of them since I've been in the space. This 10-second clip has probably been the best Bayou Classic I've seen in the past 3 years.
You'll get plenty more, trust me. You'll get plenty more. We gotta go way back. Take you way back, all right?
Now I get the allure if you're talking about this type of football, but the recent Bayou Classics, they've been ass. They've been absolute ass. But go ahead. I got you.
Grambling comes with a blitz. Levy steps in the pocket, and his pass is caught. One-handed grab.
Sort of in the middle of the road of the SWAC, but immediately they jump on the Jackson State defense. And here's Levy rolling out. And the pass is caught. Ball's at the 31-yard line. Again, throwing the football downfield. Oh, and his receiver, Hayes, makes the catch. See you later. Touchdown, Southern. If you want to get, I got some free tickets. Look out for it, brother. Going downfield. Oh, and what a play by Southern.
Score. He's played a lot. Can we talk about the announcers? They just give so much energy to the actual game.
It was one of my favorite announcers. That's George Johnson from back in the day. He used to be on the call for BT. He had that flavor about him, man. You couldn't beat that. That's what attracted. It wasn't none of that politically correct, nice stuff that you see today. He called it like it was, and it was exciting. You could tell he really wanted to be there.
Yeah, he was like, somebody was like, can you hook a brother up? Like, you don't hear conversation. He's over there talking about something. Oh, Michael Hayes makes the. I'm like, come on, like the energy is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, man, where's them announcers at? Can we get some of those? Can we find a couple of those? Man,
now this is what we used to follow. This was what we was in love with back in the day.
A lot tougher ever since. And it's a free play for Southern. 2nd and 15. It's a free play. Levy completes his pass. It's a free play. Oh, and he's still up. It's a free play. Hayes is going to continue running inside the 10, the 5. Unbelievable, Michael Hayes. 3rd down. And 23 for a first. Levy over the middle. Nice pass that time. 2nd and 20. Levy doesn't have to get it all, but he's going to have to pick up some yards. Here he is throwing. Nice catch made. The receiver, Michael Hayes. There he goes. Hayes makes the catch. Hayes still on his feet. Hayes looking for blocking. Hayes trying to find a hole. Hayes is still on his feet. He alley-oops. He's inside the 15 and drawn out a foul.
Oh my God. Listen, I love Tiffany. Okay, I love Tiffany with everything in me. There is nobody doing that. You know what I'm saying? Alley-oop. Oh, they're going. That dude is so entertaining, man. Oh, where is he still alive? Where is he at?
I don't know, man. I had a chance to talk to all the greats from back in those days, man, and he kind of just faded off the scene. Not asked about him, but when he faded off, nobody kind of really can give me information because I wanted to interview him on my show, man, and get a chance to talk to him and pick his brain about some of those legendary games that he called, but he just kind of faded out, and I don't know where he is these days.
We got to find him. There's enough black people who got connections. Let's find them. Let's get them on Outspoken so Perry can question and ask all the questions. We need to find that man and why he not working these games. I listen. I'm sorry. I know
And
you guys.
I'm sure he's older now as well. This is 25 years ago, 26 years ago. So I'm sure he's older now. So, but hey.
If the old man doing it at HBCU GOAT can still do it, why can't he do it?
And he been doing it since the 80s.
Okay, so listen, there ain't no age limit to commentary, clearly. All right, so and there ain't no age limit. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I want some energy. Like, listen, when I tell you I love Tiffany, I do. I really do. But me and you talk about all the time. Why is it always Tiffany and Jay? It's literally every time it's Tiffany and Jay. And
it's like, it's a black game. Let's get the two black people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you telling me there's nobody else? Like, there's nobody else. Because I know I talked to Dave from NCAT, and, you know, I remember Gus Johnson used to do black games, right? He used to do HBCU games.
He did Howard basketball. That's kind of got it started when he was a student. So, and I think he did Howard sports and then worked his way from there. But he never did call any national games on this level.
But what I'm saying is there got to be some guys, you know what I'm saying, like that are, listen, I get the Valley dudes, right? I know a lot of people are really excited about the Valley dudes, the commentary that they do for basketball and stuff like that. But I think there's got to be some kids on these campuses, man, that have the energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can call a good game.
Hey, listen, we gonna need a play-by-play person. Because because you got to really like play. I can do color commentary.
Well, I do play-by-play.
Yeah, you do play-by-play. I do some color commentary. Because that play-by-play ain't no joke.
No, it ain't.
You know, Shedeur Sanders drops back.
You need a good roster. Going over the names, they see these SIDs need to break that shit down so I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I say these names, you need some stats to go along with it. And other than that, hey, we know the formations. We know what they running. We see it. We can call it.
Yeah.
We'll break. Hey, somebody out there, I don't give a damn. The D2s. Hey,
D2s, give us an opportunity. I love to do Clark Atlanta.
What's that game we was talking about going to, the Fountain Some Classic?
Albany State and
is it Fort Valley?
I think it's Fort Valley and Albany. Yeah, we can call it. We can call that game.
I'll call Miles and Tuskegee.
You know what I'm saying? Give us.
If you just want to see what we got going on, look.
Give us a little. I give you a little Michael Hayes. Oh, with the alley-oop, jumps over, keeps going. That was.
And it just be natural because we're gonna be funny. We're gonna say some stuff, not bad stuff.
Yeah.
We know how to act. Okay, we know how to act, but
he said Mike Reed sideline.
We could get Mike Reed on. Hey, Scotty, listen, Scotty. Scotty. For real. Or Zoe, we can get Zoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zoe, go talk to the coach and the player at halftime and after the game. I'm dead serious. Anybody out there? Hey, give us a shot and let us work.
Let's have some fun, man. Let's go back to the old days where it was fun and it's entertaining, man. Like,
and we're not gonna cuss. We know how to do. We grown now. We cuss for the entertainment on here.
You know what I'm saying? Perry does the Jaguar Journal every Saturday, FCC approved. Okay, like my man can't be out there crazy. I've done color commentary. You know what I'm saying, at the D2 Beach Bowl. Y'all, I got a little, resume. You know what I'm saying? So we've been there. Come on, man.
I do 2 hours without a cuss word. You know, I get put off the airwaves. So.
Too easy. You know, he get on here, he be like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you do the same thing, yelling niggas, you know, but hey, it's YouTube. Who ain't doing it on YouTube?
That's facts. That's big. Because Pat McAfee is making good money.
So why? Because we black? We can't, black folks judge. You know how black folks do when it's the black restaurant. They judge that black restaurant just a little harder. So when we come on here, they judge us harder because they say, listen, y'all, you young brothers, you got to do the right thing so the door can open for you one day.
Yeah.
Well, we got to open our own damn door.
Yeah. That's right. So, you know what I'm saying? So just, all we ask is to pay for our ticket to get there, Pay for our lodging. You know,
well, hold on. We got to negotiate. We just can't throw out what you. We're negotiating. It's some things that we can put on there. But listen, you bring us in, we get that sideline. You let us call that game. I'm telling you, you're gonna get the views.
And you gonna get the views because we're gonna be promoting it all week.
We're gonna be promoting it, and then when we get that, people gonna be wanting to be entertained. Okay,
come on, man.
Pick out a game, flip a coin, call us in. I do the Bayou Classic. I do the Magic City Classic. I do the Florida Classic, the State Fair Classic. I do somebody homecoming. Who got a homecoming?
You know what? I want to give some. I'll do UAPB's homecoming. I don't even care.
They don't need somebody exciting calling that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even care. I just want to. We just do the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Now, I'm not talking about being the announcer for the game. Like, I'm
talking about calling the game for the stream or for whatever it is, the broadcast. And
yeah,
trust me, it'll be entertaining.
Yeah. Now, listen, you know who I could call the game for? The Bama at. Now, I heard they got a new announcer at A&M. The old dude, yeah, I would have been better than him. I'm way better. You know, I'm going to tell you who needs new announcers. Jackson State needs a new announcer. Alabama A&M needs a new announcer. Alcorn needs a new announcer.
Wait, when you say announcer, you talking about for the fans in the stands?
For the people in the stands. Yeah.
Jackson State. I like the Jackson dude because he talk noise.
No,
he old school, but
on the stream. They need Rob J to do the game, like the actual, like Rob J on the stream, on the Jack State stream, funny as hell.
Yeah, him and Coach Asbury, they
be in there wilding out. They be in there wild. I be crying, laughing, watching them because they'll go in the whole Jackson State rant, like right in the middle of the game. You know what I'm saying? So they need Rob J to be the actual announcer. Like if he's
who's gonna do the stream and make it entertaining?
Yeah. You go.
It'll be us then. Well, no, you dang.
I'll do a Jack State stream. Listen, I'll do a Jack State stream. Listen, I'm here. Listen, I'm professional. Okay. Now,
yeah, my man Scotty is professional.
Yeah, I'll do a Jack State stream. You know what I'm saying? So A&M needs it. So let me see. Alabama A&M needs. Now I don't know if they changed it, but from the last time I went, Alabama A&M needs a new one. Jack State needs a new one. Alcorn needs a new one. I'm trying to think of. I love J-Max. J-Max at Southern. That y'all should do that Bama every week. I love J-Max as an announcer. He's so entertaining. He makes people get up because you got to talk to black people. You got like you can't just be like make some noise. He'd be like stand on your feet. Make like you got to talk to black people, right? So I enjoyed him. Who else?
Bam, I know the one time I went, they had when he talked noise. I don't know if they got a new.
They got a new one, and it's been a little shifty. Some people like him, some people don't. The one before that, A1, Mr. Sterling.
I remember going before. He was like down, down, down. Southern's going down. I'm like, what the?
He's good. Yeah, he's good. He's good, man. So it just brings, because I think what I have an issue, and I'm always going to say this, and we'll get back to the video, but what I'm always going to say is this: Black people do things differently. We talk different. Stop trying to bring whiteness in a white appropriation into a setting that is not white.
And my favorite thing about those public announcers when they do the scores from around the SWAC, and it's a team that let's just say it's Valley beating Prairie View and Prairie View possibly going to the championship. The whole crowd be like, "Woo!" I love that when we do that. I love that. It's always woo when they do them scores from around the SWAC in the stadium. I love that. I remember being at Jackson. They gave an Alcorn score, and the Jackson folks was like, "What the hell?" I think they was playing somebody, but it was like a tussle. They was going back and forth, and J State fans was like, "Ooh,
yeah." So I for me, I just because this is what I want to say. This Black people are professional, but it can still be black. It doesn't have to sound white. And I hate I hate when people say, "Oh, you talk proper." Right? Because even in having correct English or grammar, there's still a swag in how we talk. There's still a coolness to how we speak.
And the jokiness that we can relate to. Like he said, hook a brother up.
Yeah, hook a brother up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love, like, that's just us. That's just what we are as a people. right? So and to me, if you're my announcer, you're the home team announcer, you should make the away team feel some type of way. Like anytime we have an opportunity to make the away team feel some type of way, like I would like if when let's say I'm the Alcorn announcer, right? Alcorn gets a first down, Alcorn, right? And then if the other team gets a first down, you're like, first down, moving change.
You know what I do? So I actually announce the Breck League games here. So that's the kids, right?
Yeah.
So initially I was officiating, and then one day I was up in the booth, and I was a spotter. So I was just basically there for the numbers and who made the plays. But they had a mic one day, and I just got on it and started announcing the games because nobody else was doing it. I ended up doing it. So what I do is I give the score. Let's just say, let's throw the Elephants versus the Wolves. If the Elephants scored, I say the Elephants 7, Wolves, and I won't give a score. And look, you just hear the people in the stands like, what the hell, And that's why they brought me, because I just do little funny stuff like that during the game, and it's kind of grown. They was like, man, next year you coming back. You are announcing because we didn't. But I do little stuff like that during the game as public announcing for the game, man, that the people love it, but it rubs some folks the wrong way. Not bad, but it's just like you just see folks falling out laughing in the stadium.
And that's what it's because it's a game. It's supposed to be entertaining. Like that's at the core of it. I tell my son all the time, and it was something I got from LeVar Ball, right? When he was talking, they always like, why do your kids play well during the pressure? And he's like, because it's a game. Basketball is a game. He's like, there is no pressure in basketball. He said, you ain't got to worry about feeding your family. That's pressure. You ain't got to worry about getting a job. That's pressure. You ain't got to worry about feeding your kids or, doing. He said, that's pressure. He said, playing the game of basketball. He said, there ain't no pressure. He said, it's a game. Have fun. And when he said it like that, I was like, that makes so much sense. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people who just be too uptight and trying to just be, Look, anybody out there in the big times, Scotty and I put on our shirt and tie and blazer or polo, whatever we gonna do. We'll call the game. We'll give you a good time on your stream, your broadcast. Your fans gonna like it. Cut on the comment sections. Let us read. Who reads the comments during the games? Let us read the comments.
I hate when schools do that. They don't have a chat section. Like, why don't you? I swear to God, I hate when the SWAC does that, because the SWAC will play it and they have the comments turned off, and I'm like, that's how you build community. Is the trash
turns theirs off. Let's say if the game going a certain type of way and people they'll just turn the chat off in the middle of the game.
You got to be able to take the good with the bad, man. I swear to God, I can't, because if I'm the SWAC and I got 8,000 people watching this stream, that's 8,000 people that are communing together. You don't know what networking and community you're building within your chat community. And to me, you're just leaving it up because people get so scared about cuss words and whatever. Whatever, man. Like, it's the chat. It's a chat for, as long as it's not going up on the screen, it's the chat. Like, come on. I don't get it.
And bring that dynamic. We read the chat during the game. Like, hey, so-and-so say, or you do a poll. Who you think gonna win the game? And then we keep up with the poll as the game. Man, it's a lot of stuff. But hey, bring Scotty, Perry. We'll give you a good professional broadcast.
Yeah. Take us to ski, man. Listen, I mean, ball and parlay. Hey,
you put us in there. Hey, we get the swag surfing in that thing.
Oh, man, stop playing with us. Ball and parlay. Coach James, I know you, Coach. You seen me. I seen you. Coach, come on, Coach James.
We're going to hit the parking lot before the game. We're going to go through the tailgate. We're going to meet the folks. Then we're going to get stories. So then when we get on the broadcast,
we good.
We're going to talk about the stories. We're going to talk to the players, the coach. So when we get in the broadcast booth, we're going to bring that little flavor.
Yeah, get us at the Tuskegee homecoming. I know that. Oh, 30, 40,000. Easy, baby. Come on, man. Get us in that Tuskegee homecoming. But let's go back to this clip. But yeah, hey, I'm going to promote that.
Terrance Levy.
Terrance Levy. Here we go.
Hey, the receiver, Michael Hayes. There he goes. Hayes makes the catch. Hayes still on his feet. Hayes looking for blocking. Hayes trying to find the hole. Hayes is still on his feet. He alley-oops. He's inside the 15 and drawn out of bounds. I love it. Touchdown.
Backfield. Plenty of time for Levy across the middle, has his man at the 15. You know, I don't know if you want to break the spirit of Terrance Levy or not. Here he wings one wide open down the middle, and a one-handed grab made.
The way. 3rd down and 4. And here's Lewis off the catch. Lewis still on his feet, and Lewis is streaking down the sideline. Touchdown. So they move back 5 yards. Levy on 3rd down. Looking down the sideline. Big time play.
Guys stepping up like they're going to blitz. He really is going to start thinking.
Levy pump and go. Levy finds his receiver, Devin Lewis. Good experience, a receiver experience for Hines.
How great is it to have a quarterback cut?
Woo!
Tip ball is caught by Hayes. Michael Hayes has the speed. Hayes to the 10. Touchdown.
2 passes.
That Bama should have been in the league, bro. No, every time I see a Michael Hayes play, all I be thinking is that Bama should have been in the NFL.
Off the chain, wasn't he?
Oh,
explosive.
Is he still living? Because he
he's alive.
He need to be still selling. He need to be selling some Southern jerseys. Okay, they need to be giving out Michael Hayes jerseys because that Bama was different.
That's gonna start a whole nother conversation. How I've been feeling about what we do when it comes to apparel too. I mean, how do you keep your legends alive when you get a new generation that don't even know about a Michael Hayes unless they watch the video that we're showing? Because I went to Auburn, LSU. It's kids, 18. It's little kids with Bo Jackson. Don't know who Bo Jackson is. Just know my mom and dad.
You gotta drive, not a pass.
What got on Bo Jackson jerseys? But once again, before we continue this is the reason we bringing this to you guys, because there are a lot of names of people who unfortunately we done forgot about, or just simply for a lot of the generations don't know anything about. Because there's no central place to watch a certain athlete in their name. You'll have to sit through an entire game. Shout out to Alex Hines for having those games. But that was one of the things that motivated me to start making these clips and highlights of some of these guys. Once again, it's the best of what I can find on the internet with good quality that's at least watchable. Because we're talking a lot of this is being converted from tapes, VHS, to digital. So you'll have some issues along the way. But that was the reason that motivated me. And then the series, when I did this, was called Remember This Guy. And it took you down memory lane for those who remember, and for those who wasn't around to even see it. It was like, damn, I didn't know this guy did this. I didn't know about this guy and these stats. We got to tell our stories. I get tired of watching everybody else tell their stories and we don't tell ours. And we got such a rich history to tell.
Like, you can't tell me. And this is the part about this is the part where I get really frustrated with SWAC administrators, SWAC historians and things like that, and SWAC alums, because they'll beat you down if you talk bad about them. But I'm like, you don't even respect them enough to keep their legacy going.
Think about it. Leonard Tillery, who just finished his career at Southern in 2017, is the all-time leading rusher in SWAC's history. We're talking about he beat Destry Wright's record at Jackson State. He beat Walter Payton's record. Both those, of course, Jackson State. But this guy, I'm going to his wedding on the 25th. He's a young dude. Why don't you use Tillery on anything? Tillery, when he played for the Rams for a short stint, like this dude barely just knocking at the door of 30, and he's the all-time leading rusher in the SWAC's history. And this was just 2017, less than 10 years ago.
But I think it's to me, it's even bigger than that, Perry. Why not have a banner with Leonard Tillery's picture and his stats and have an all-time leader? Like, just have an all-time leading Russian banner at the stadium. You get, like, don't get me wrong. You have legends. You have the DB that you have. You have all these legends. But to me, everybody is not going to be an NFL great. Some people are like Johnny Manziel. He ain't NFL great, but Texas A&M love him.
Vince Young was the same way.
You see what I'm saying? Some people are just SWAC legends, right? Like, they're SWAC legends. Like Bruce Eugene. Why is there not a banner of why is there not a sign or a banner of Bruce Eugene just in the hole, just at the hole? Yes, we know you have all these you have all these living legends of the quarterback and Shaq Harris and all Doug Williams. You have all these greats. You the 7th round pick that the Cowboys, I can't remember his name, the D tackle, right? You have all these legends, but they're guys that are just SWAC legends that need to be represented.
We let our legends fade into the past, and unless you Jerry Rice, Steve McNair, Walter Payton, because those are the names, the Doug Williams. We rotate them names constantly, and a lot of times why we rotate those names because of the success that they had in the NFL. And so those are the names that rotate, but there's plenty of guys that didn't make it to the league that were great in our league that as a school and as a conference, we talk about 40, 50, 60 years and beyond of rich legacy and history. And we don't even archive our history by just putting up a game. Once again, if it wasn't for Alex Hines, where would you find this in somebody's attic in a box on VHS?
And that's my issue, right? It's because it's like it doesn't take a lot to pay for a banner that has a picture of Leonard Tillery and his all-time leading SWAC rusher. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, when kids come in, kids I can't relate to a guy that got drafted in 1987. I can't relate to that. But I can relate to a Michael Hayes who set a season rusher, because that stuff I want to get that. I want to be there.
You know what the problem I have? This is my own personal problem. I go out and I go through Alex Hines stuff. Shout out to Alex Hines and thank you, Alex Hines, for archiving and putting this stuff up there. Because I mean, he got from D2 to NAIA to whatever. I go through and spend hours creating these highlights. When I put these highlights on social media, I tag the school's athletic departments. I tag the school. I tag the SWAC. I tag the Celebration Bowl. I tag the MEAC. I tag everything that's supposed to be what we are as the culture. Not one share. That's what gets me. Mm-hmm. Okay, because this Perry is on the yard, but hey, I swear to you, if it was ESPN, you'll get them all. But why we don't support our own when we say we support our own? Yeah. And I tag it, and then you use this because what you can do, this is marketing for your program when you're trying to sell tickets and tell your history. I take the time to do it free of charge because I love the history of what this conference have. And I tag it, but it's a lot of stuff these schools and the conference get tagged to. They won't even take the time to just hit the simple share button. It ain't for me. It's the story that I'm trying to tell that relates directly to what you have. Absolutely. In terms of your program, in terms of the conference. Can't even get a single share. So that's the part that bothers me because it's like we look for clout, but it's just like you'll have the people who do this on the daily, the weekly, the monthly that supports HBCUs and continue to do the things that everybody else does only when it's time to look good. It takes Beyonce to just shout out Grambling one time. Yes, you'll share that 1,000,000 times. But what about the person who constantly putting the stuff out there for you to know what Grambling actually is, the athletes, the people? We don't support that. We like the celebrity support, but we don't support the people who put in the work every day. And I'm saying that not to the people themselves, but directly to the schools and the conference themselves.
Yeah, I think this is a school issue, right? It's a school issue for me, right? Like when I walk into FAMU, I should see Ryan Stanley. I should listen. If FAMU should already be getting a Willie Simmons banner, it should all Willie Simmons banner in his years and his wins and the championship, that should all be coming up. Those are all the things that you should be already getting in place, right? If I'm walking into Alabama State, I should be asking questions. Who's that guy? If I'm going with Herb, or if I'm walking in with BJ Jones, if I'm walking in with Coach Cole, I should be able to say, "Hey, Coach Cole, who's that guy they got on the banner? Oh man, that kid was bad. 08, boy, that was his year. He did this, he did that, he did this, he did that." Right? Because again, if I was a player in the SWAC, let's say Alcorn, right? Felix Harper. If I was a Felix Harper, or if I was a Noah Johnson, or if I was a whoever's one of your greats outside of McNair, right? I should want to see if I've accomplished a lot, I should be able to see a banner of my name. So when I go back, my son sees it, my daughter see it,
somebody taking the time to put up something in this digital world that shows me doing what I did back then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Tennessee will never let you not know who the hell Peyton Manning is.
No matter how far it gets away from him.
You're gonna see a clip. You're gonna see something of the past, and so that's what bothers me when it comes to it, because I make sure I do my part on the marketing side. Now, I only got so many people that I can reach on my own, but I do know that I make sure I tag all of these entities, because this is good for the Celebration Bowl to draw people in. Oh, this is somebody from the SWAC that was good, the MEAC SWAC Challenge, to the schools and stuff. And then if they played in classics, I tag the people I tag the classics as well. That's the problem that I have, that they won't even take the time to share it for somebody even doing it.
This is Miss Chenault, you know I love you, but this is my point. Those are old guys that young people cannot relate to. I'm not saying take down the old guys. The old guys have built Southern into what it is now, but there have been younger guys that have come along to keep Southern's name buzzing. That's what I'm saying, right? It's the Michael Hayeses. It's the Lee
Leonard Tillery,
Willie
Austin Howard,
like Austin
Danny Johnson.
Where are their banners? Just because they didn't make it to the NFL does not mean in their time at Southern they weren't impactful. And for too long and for too much, you have to make it to the NFL to be recognized at an HBCU, which is asinine to me. It should just simply say, you are great while you were here. We're going to give you reverence because you came here and were great. That's it. You didn't have to go to the UFL, CFL, LFL. I don't give a damn. Oh, German football. You didn't have to. You came here. You represented Southern well. You represented Alabama State well. You represented Alcorn well, Jackson State, whatever that might be, right? Like you did. Like to me, Jackson State should be looking to put up either a Casey Therriault banner, the running back that just went, Irv Mulligan. He broke the Walter Payton record. You know what I'm saying? Like something's got to come of these young guys, right? Or Shedeur Sanders should get a banner.
Shedeur Sanders, if they gonna retire his jersey at Colorado,
you definitely got to retire him at Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Or at least one of the Sanders, right? So it's, to me, like there has to be more of an urgency from the 2000s to really show these guys who have kept going. Jimmy Oliver, like Superman, like dog, like something's got, like you just got to keep their names living. Why? Because the further you get away from your NFL draft picks from the 80s that you love to live off of, you're going to have to connect with kids in a closer way and manner, and you need your young legends to come back. You need who's the special teams coach for Jackson that was a D lineman. I cannot remember his name. Javon. You need guys like Javancy Jones who bleed blue to come back and tell you what bleeding blue looks like. Like he is the embodiment of what it was when I was here, when we won at a high level, when the standard was high. This is what that looks like. You need that transition right now. Asias Guthrie is probably going to take on that mantra of what Javancy Jones was for those. You got to just keep matriculating it down, right? Like the TC Taylor's, like it got to keep going down, but it doesn't just mean by somebody coming back. It means the school recognizing them in banners and posters on the
digital
wall.
media.
Come on,
bring these guys back, man. Do a legend series where you get a chance. Look, the big schools do it. They have a legend series where they bring back they greats. They sell tickets that's going to go towards the athletic department. They put the guys on stage, and then they have a conversation, because guess what? The alums and the people of the community, like, man, I remember that guy. I'm coming to listen to him speak. And then that guy sits on the stage. You record it, stream it, whatever you want while he's being interviewed. And he tells the story of whatever time he spent at that school, what he's been doing. And then you open up the floor for people to be able to talk and ask questions from the audience, you know. And then guess what? You're archiving your history. You're telling your stories. And then you got it right there where you ain't got to wait till they dead and then we want to tell the stories. We're telling the stories in real time. And then guess what? Guess what you just created? You just created a lot of digital media content that you can break down in stories. You can break down in full videos. That's what we have to do. This is another source of revenue that you can have where you have a legend series, no matter the school, and you be able to do this. Whether you do it at homecoming, at the big game, or you say we're gonna do this throughout the entire fall of football season. We're gonna look at 10 legends and bring them back and have conversations. The venue don't have to be big. It be a small venue, and you sell tickets for everything else.
Yeah.
$20, $30, $40, $50 tickets for a table, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, what I would like to see is like for the schools that have the really good jumbotrons like Southern and A&M and stuff like that. Listen, have a legend, because listen, you know, everybody knows I'm a Cowboys fan. The Dallas Cowboys have Michael Irvin as their pregame intro, right? Like they put him on a big jumbotron and he's talking, he's yelling, he's doing all the Michael Irvin stuff. Like, to me, like it can be the same thing with, you know, a Michael Hayes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He just got a football, get up, you know, like it's what, like, just that's homage. That's just paying homage. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe and even when I go to like the LSU games, when I'm at their games, they constantly put up on the screen their legends. It may be a legends that running back, and it's their in the jersey, and it's their stats. And guess what? The fans clap and cheer.
Yeah, just
and it's just like a quick 1 minute. Just, hey, here's our legends, fans. You know, your attention on the board, and then it just goes through this, and then the people, they're so passionate about their team in the past, they clap and cheer for every guy that they see. Then guess what? It's gonna be a kid in the stadium gonna ask somebody next to him who is Leonard Tillery. And then guess what? I'm finna tell you this lore of who this guy was when he used to run over everybody and rush for 200 yards a game. That's how you tell the stories. That's how you keep it going.
Yeah, it just has to matter to you. That's the thing with HBCUs. It's funny to me about what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you. And as long as they're your guy, they're your legend, they're your family, you show reverence to them for what they've done for Jackson or Alabama A&M or Alabama State or Southern, because they took you from wherever you were at that time. They took you just a little bit further, made you just a little bit more relevant, just a little bit more. It just has to be more of that. You get what I'm saying? Like for those homecoming games or for those big rivalry games, see if you can bring some of those legends back, because I watched too many Miami games in the big games. All their legends come back, right? And for homecoming, it should be the Casey's and Isaiah Bowden's and Aubrey Miller. Like, yes, Deion. Somebody said Deion should have a banner. Aubrey Miller should have a banner. Alabama State, Bubba should have some type of recognition as many times as he got snubbed on Defensive Player of the Year or whatever, right? You got to start. These players got to get put in categories, in revered to a certain extent of just respecting. That's all I'm saying. So,
and my big thing is I love the digital media side. Interview these guys, talk to these guys. So now we got this archive for 20, 30, 40 years from now, because guess what? A lot of those guys who was great when the SWAC was rolling, when the black athletes was actually coming to the SWAC in the 70s, the 80s, and before, it's hard to find anything on those guys. Even, let's just go back to 2010, which don't seem like that long ago, but in actuality was that long ago. We just need to do a better job at archiving and talking to our people, and simply this, telling our stories with the people who created the stories, and not wait because we got something from NFL Films because NFL Films and the NFL decided to do something with it. It's an obligation for each school, which we're going down this hole again of why I love what the SEC network does so much in capturing the history and telling the stories, whether it happened last year or 40 years ago, and then putting that person in front of a camera and having them talk, and then having people who was there to witness it tell you how great it was of what they witnessed, whether it was a player, coach, a moment, whatever the case may be. That's what we have to do better as collectively, because we keep yelling this rich history, but who's going to know it if we don't tell it? And we're going to let it fade away.
And you never know, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to move forward. You never know who's going to be your next Charles Barkley, right? Or your next. And what I mean by that is you might bring them in and say, wow, he's a great commentator. let's just have him for the post-game show on the Jackson State Network or the Hornet States Network or the Alabama A&M Dog Network. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know, because then now he becomes your Coach Cole, to where now you're just hearing stories. You're like, man, he's like, man, let me tell you a story. So, so this coach, the coach at Alabama State at the time, he would talk strong, because people want to hear those type of stories. When BJ talks about, I don't know, Mario Kasem and all those old
Marino
coaches, Marino Kasem and all those old coaches where they argued and fought and did this and did that and had the coaches road show, and like, people want to hear those stories. People want to hear those moments, because again, it's like, wow, that's what happened. Oh man, that's crazy. That's exciting, or whatever. It's no different than Charlie Murphy's Hollywood Real Stories on Dave Chappelle, where he would talk about unity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you don't do nothing else, like, let's take the Bluegrass Miracle, LSU in Kentucky.
Yeah.
If it's just a moment in the game, you talk to the different players who were involved in that game.
Yeah.
Then you get it from the fan perspective. Like, hey, I thought it was, that's when you create your content and you tell your stories from memorable moments, not just even about the player, but from the moments that was memorable to the fans that live on, because the fan has a part in it too. The fan helps tell the story.
It would be dope, P, if, like, let's say Michael Hayes, right? Let's say you get Michael Hayes and you get him a sit-down interview, and then he's able to watch an iPad, like kind of like on the Michael Jordan thing, and he's watching fans talk about his time at Southern. He's watching fans talk about, man, I remember Michael Hayes caught that pass at the Bayou Classic and it went crazy. And he's feeling those emotions. And now you get him talking about, man, I love my time at Southern, man. It was probably one of the most memorable, the best memory I have at Southern was da-da-da-da-da-da. And you get to feel the emotion of what HBCU football really is, right?
I did that with the guy by the name of Nathaniel Harrison. All I heard was how great he was at Southern when he played at Southern in the late 80s and the early 90s. They said this dude was flat out a hell of an athlete. He played quarterback, he kicked, he punted, he was the field goal kicker, he did all. But I just hear this lore because that's what everybody lives off of. So what I did, I went and found his ass. I brought him on the Jaguar Journal and I interviewed him. And what happened was, he felt so special about it because it was like, bro, you taking me down memory lane. You got me thinking about stuff I used to do. Then people started reaching out to me like, bro, how did you find him? Like, I didn't know if he was dead or alive. I didn't know where he was. So that's the thing that I try to do. Then the problem is when I get that type of content and I put it out there and I tag these entities, nobody wants to share it. Nobody wants to realize that it's content that's not for just Perry, but it's for you. Perry's creating what you're probably paying somebody or not paying somebody
to do or want to do.
So here I am doing it from my end, once again, like all of these highlights, and I tag all of these entities that it directly should help and affect, yet you don't support it. Why? Is it not anybody monitoring the social media? Or do you just simply say it ain't ESPN, it ain't Fox, so why should we bother?
Yeah.
That's the problem. If we for black folks to support black folks, what we going wrong? I tell you what we going wrong, because we like the glitz and the glamour of the big name. We downplay our own people who put in the work every day just for the people who do the work sometime because they got this name. Any other day, they not studying you. Every day, I'm studying HBCU and Black Eye, which one of the reasons why it slowly but surely kind of make you want to leave the space, because it's like the folks ain't really supporting it like they say they support.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
No, it makes perfect sense. Or it has to be in what they can consume or how they want to consume it, right? Like,
or they want their name specifically. Like I always tell the story of the Jasheer Cox guy, who worked for the SWAC office. When I came in, I was creating the SWAC experience videos. They came in and took the idea and did it themselves, and I'm like, hey, y'all could have just, here I am on the forefront creating it. Y'all took it and then blocked me on all social media because I pointed it out. What sense is that? Create and open up a door for a person who's doing the very thing you want to do, and let's work together and do it. Yeah. But you want your name on it, didn't want nobody to see me, and it's just like, I've been in this space for far too long to see how this goes.
And now he's the director of regional development at the University of Notre Dame.
Don't piss me off.
You trash, Jasheer. You trash. All right.
I'm still blocked, I think, by the SWAC on some social sites, like, behind that. This was 2014.
All right, let's finish it. We got a couple more, and me and P gonna get up out of here. All right, so let's finish this Levy highlight. The reason I keep saying it like that is because it looks like Levy to me. And Perry made very sure to say it's Levy. It looks like Levy. So, whatever.
Today. 3rd and 4. Here is Guyen with the reception and the first down.
Oh!
Shakes one
Oh!
tackler. Still going inside
Oh!
the 30. Guyen to the 10 and dragged out of bounds.
Ain't
Down
getting
at
none of
the
that.
15 for Southern. Terrance Levy grabs it down the sideline for Hayes. Racehorse offense. Ian showing its first as Levy just hung it up with the blitz coming, and Ingram uncut.
You ain't getting none of that in no recent Bayou Classics. Them Jake's been absolute ass. Sleep fest. Straight sleep fest. But, all right. That was Terrance Levy. Last one, the white one, Casey Therriault. What you got, P?
Man, I remember this dude. This was when I first came to Baton Rouge, man, and we went up to Jackson in 2010, and everybody kept talking about the White Tiger. I'm like, the White Tiger? Casey Therriault was that dude, man, for Jackson State. Transferred into the program. You see, in his 2 seasons, accumulated 7,244 passing yards to go along with 58 passing touchdowns with 19 rushing touchdowns, 17-5 as a starter, man. This dude right here, I saw him single-handedly against Southern in 2010 when I thought the game was over. Bring Jackson State back and beat Southern. This dude right here, he was legit. The White Tiger, that's what I knew him as. I didn't even know his name for a long time because all I heard was the White Tiger. Jackson State fans know during that time, this is who they talk about, the Shador and all that, man. The White Tiger was the dude that they had all the support for, man. He was a treat to watch for Jackson State.
Yeah, here we go. White Tiger in the building. Let me stop this. So after this clip, the poll will go up of who do you feel were the top. Remember, the top 2 move on, and then we rewatch them, and then we make the last final vote. All right, here we go. Casey Therriault.
We are sports, and I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
Casey Therriault, the one they call the White Tiger, looks to keep Jackson State in the hunt for a Black College National Championship.
Struggled to find the range. 2nd down and 10. Plenty of time, slings it upfield and in stride. Rico Richardson reels it in. This is 4th down and 4 to go. The line to make the 22-yard line, and wide open Drury for the touchdown for Jackson. The work from the shotgun on 1st down and 10. Over the middle. Nice catch. BJ. Therriault, sidearm delivery. A beauty. Rico Richardson keeping the play alive. Casey Therriault, their junior college transfer quarterback, rallied them from a 7-0 deficit. And he's at the controls now. And climbing the ladder.
It's at it, or it's incomplete.
Facing their 2nd, 3rd down of the drive. Drury caught the touchdown pass. Has it over the middle. Juke move inside the 40. Stays on his feet inside the 35 and down to the...
Pick your poison against this offense.
Ball at the 23 for Therriault. Stands in. Zips it over the middle. Caught it into the end zone. A touchdown for Anthony May. 119. Jackson State in the lead on their offensive attacking side of the field. Therriault going long. Got a touchdown.
Is for the receiver to come open. In those situations, the quarterback has to move his feet and buy time.
Therriault steps up, back across his body. Drury catches it again. Stepped off to the 18-yard line. Therriault, Richardson in motion, over the middle, in stride, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
The same cat family. Prairie View A&M, the Panthers. Casey Therriault going deep. Open. Wide open. Renty Rollins, and he's taken down off the block. Now Therriault will run it himself, and he pounds his way into the end zone. Therriault
throws, wide open receiver. That's Michael Perkins. Again to the air. Therriault, plenty of time. Throws on the run. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Marcellus Wilder. Therriault eludes the pursuit, throws, and he's got a first down. Pressure, and they hit you go over the top. Therriault fires, first down and more. How about a touchdown? The tight end, Renty Rollins. It's been the one knock on spread teams. They get close, they get in trouble. Therriault throws, wide open, touchdown.
Listen, I think for me, it was going to be between, from watching the film, it was going to probably be between KCO and Tavaris. I do like Tavaris' highlight just a little bit better. He just was, you could just see the explosiveness of him, like in the film.
And are people watching arm strength, the type of throws that are being made too?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I out of everybody, I liked T-Jack. If I was ranking them, well, I'm gonna put the poll up. I ain't even gonna do that.
Put the poll. Let's go and get it rolling.
All right, let me go ahead and get this poll. Now, remember, you vote for who you like, and based off of the votes, we'll put them in order.
And there's plenty more to come, people.
Oh yeah, plenty.
We could do this for weeks. You want to do this on Tuesday, Thursdays?
That works for me. Nah, midday.
Yeah,
that definitely works for me midday. Yeah. Because I told you my son got baseball, so that thing been kicking my butt. And then
that way we can keep it fresh.
Yep, I'm definitely down with that. All right, poll is up. Get your votes in. Poll is up. Get your votes in. Who was the best? Top two go to the next round.
How long the poll is up for?
Give it about a good 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We because I gotta get up out of here soon anyway. So
let me ask you this then. You watching these guys from the past, right? This was before your time, just looking at quarterback play, looking at these guys at quarterback. What's your thoughts? And then comparing it to maybe what you see today since you've been watching the SWAC.
Yeah. If I was picking a quarterback today, it would be White Tiger. And it wouldn't even be no question. If I was picking a quarterback for today's college football, it would be White Tiger. And then Tavaris Jackson would be second. Probably Bruce Eugene, and then Terrance Levy be last.
It just seemed like you got more explosive plays back then compared to now.
Yeah, because everything was run first. A lot of it was run first. So a lot of play action, a lot of man on man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one safety over the top because you had to drop a safety because of, teams are running the ball really heavily back then. But just the athletes. I mean, Michael Hayes, listen, man, that dude was just different, bro. Like, that dude was different. But for me, I like White Tigers, and not even from that, because I've seen clips of White Tiger. I've always just loved how he played the game. It was just a straight gunslinger, and that's always been. That just does something for me. I think Tavaris Jackson is a very system guy. Like, even if he would play now, he will give me Jalen Milroe vibes. That's what Tavaris Jackson would give me in my personal opinion. I think he would give me Jalen Milroe vibes. Probably a little bit better passer, but just athlete playing quarterback.
If I had to pick from my perspective and watched all of these guys, literally watched all of these guys personally in in real time, I'm going to go, for me, Bruce Eugene, Tavaris Jackson, Therriault, then Levy.
Why Bruce first?
I mean, you got to understand, like, once again, I can't get it out of my mind of when I was growing up of how great he was by seeing that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, 13,000 passing yards. I mean, this dude was lighting it up each and every week. And if I didn't see him in person, I watched those games. And not only did you watch those games, I heard about it every week. It's just this lore that still lives with me to this day. And I told you, he's the only person I was starstruck. And I've seen a lot of celebrities in my life. Even at the Super Bowl I went to this year. The only person that got me starstruck was Michael Vick. And Vic, if you ever watching, bro, I just want to meet you. I literally searched all over that damn Superdome. Look at anybody that was content. I kept, anybody seen Michael Vick? I'm asking security guards, players. Now, anybody, when I was there, I was on the sideline. Has anybody seen Michael Vick? That's my favorite player of all time. So if you didn't know, that's my favorite football player of all time. So, but aside from that, Bruce Eugene just gave me, I was starstruck, bro, because his impact. And once again, that highlight may not have gave him any justice, but you had to be there to see it, man. This dude was phenomenal. If to say that I saw all of these guys with my own eyes and not just highlights. Then Tavaris Jackson, I watched him play. You know, I'm an Arkansas fan. He played for Arkansas. I watched him play in the SEC championship. Then I watched him go to Bama State and do what he did. And I got a chance to see him in person at Bama State playing UAPB and then all the other stuff. So, you know, Tavaris Jackson was that dude for me as well. But I got to go Bruce Eugene, Tavaris Jackson, Casey Therriault, then Terrance Levy. I think Terrance Levy just didn't have, for me, enough body of work. Like, when I say enough body of work, full seasons under his belt compared to the rest of those guys. He had moments that were big, like the SWAC championship game, the Heritage, the Bayou Classic, but it just his body of work in terms of career-wise for me, it just.
Well, I think if you give Casey Therriault 3 years, I think Bruce had 6 years of eligibility that he got because of his injury. So he played, 4 or 5 years for Grambling?
Bruce only did, I think, 4 years. He did a red shirt because he played behind Randy Himes. Randy Himes was the quarterback when Bruce was a freshman. And then I think he got in and got his opportunity once Randy Himes got out the picture.
So it says
he played some, I think.
It says Eugene missed the 2004 season due to injury, but was granted a 6-year of eligibility by the NCAA. So yeah, probably redshirted and then got the injury year. So he did 4. He played 4 years or 3 years. He did 3 years. I'm looking at right here.
And think the other two, Therriault and Tavaris, transferred into their programs. So they wasn't there as freshmen. So we don't have their stats from their other schools. And then Terrance Levy was a backup and got an opportunity.
Let me give you Casey Therriault's before his. Tavaris did 3 years. Let me see. And yeah, so I mean, if we're being on, like, if Casey does 3 years, I mean, he's at 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Because he did 3,400 the first year, he did 3,800 the next year. So you can assume he probably was gonna do 41 the next. You know what I'm saying? So that's 11,000 right there, or 10,000 right there. So he would have had the numbers if he had the years. If he would have did 3 years or 4 years or whatever at Jackson, he probably would have had the numbers as well. So now I don't know if he has a touchdown passes, because Bruce Eugene's touchdown passes were just ridiculous. I mean, I'm looking at this. So the most for a year for him was his first year at 31 for Casey, and for Bruce's was 56 in 2002, and then 48 in 2003.
56 touchdowns in a season is
crazy.
It's correct. Cam Ward didn't even throw for. I think he only threw for 38 passing touchdowns this past year. He led the NCAA. He led FBS in passing touchdowns.
Yeah,
I think the most all time is Joe Burrow on the FBS level has 60 passing touchdowns in a season.
That's ridiculous. 50 something. That's crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. But all right. So I'm about to end the poll. All right. We're at 79 votes right now. So I'll go ahead and end it. And oh shoot. Was I supposed to? Okay. So everybody should be able to see the results. White Tiger comes in at number 1. Bruce Eugene edges out Tavaris Jackson. 27% for Bruce Eugene, 25% for T-Jack, and 10% for Terrance Levy. So next two would be White Tiger and Bruce Eugene as your top 2 guys. All right. So I'm going to do another poll with just White Tiger and Bruce Eugene. All right, here we go. Got the best QB, round 1. Well, this is kind of round 2. Final round. I just say final round. All right, poll is up. Get to voting. So let me write this down. So T Levy's 4.
Levy.
T-Jack.
I know you got a problem when people say your name.
I mean, I don't really tell people my name. I just tell them Scott so they don't mess it up.
Abrion, Aubryon. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah, Aubryon is not it. My mom will. That makes you want to look and see who the receivers are. Yeah, 50 is wild. Burrow and Lindsey are the only 2 players to beat that record. So, yeah, Burrow and Lindsey Scott beat that record. They were stat pad and Spears showed no mercy. Definitely ain't mad at them for it, though. So, here we go. Let me see. What we got here? Ooh. Got 52 votes. Leading the pack right now is Bruce Eugene. We'll see how it plays out. I'll close it at 130. 130 will be the closeout for the SWAC Rumble in QBs. But listen, I think for me though, okay, Perry, you were back in those days. Do you just think the coaches just had like? Because I don't know what about that time was so exciting, because it just doesn't feel like the excite, even with the, think about it, more coverage, more, you're able to watch more games. Why do you feel like the earlier days were more exciting than what they are now?
College football was not oversaturated. Guys who you would normally see now at the Group of 5 were coming to the SWAC.
Mm-hmm.
The ULs, I'm saying in my space, like the Texas States, Louisiana Tech, the Southern Miss, you were getting those guys to come to the SWAC. I think at the same time, we still held on. There was still a piece of an old generation, not old, older generation coming out of the 90s where HBCU and Black College Pride was big in the 90s. Come on. I mean, it was on television. Everything about it was centered towards basically that same push that you see and that we kind of see now with everybody jumping. It was still genuine and pure at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it was the lore that you had to go see, because it was nothing you could see and get off of social media. It was nothing you could see and get off of YouTube. You had to be there. And when you was there, it was the stories that people told when they left about, man, this game, that game. It just had an excitement. The athletes, you just had, at the same time, in my opinion, you had a better flock of athletes as well. You either went to the big school, big name brand school, or for a lot of those guys, you came to this level. Now you get a guy, before he go to Southern Grambling, he'll go play at ULM and win 12 games his whole career. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Like that Michael Hayes coming from LSU in today's time, Southern don't get Michael Hayes. Casey Therriault in today's time, well, he got in trouble. Shit, he had to come to the black folks to give him a second chance, you know. But at the end of the day, The black man gave the white man another chance. Would you look at that?
That is the diversity within HBCU.
Because how often would they give the black man another chance?
A second chance. Yeah.
At the white,
Yeah. Let me read. I want to read this from Zoe. Shout out to my boy Zoe. He says, man, Bruce Eugene was a demigod at Grambling. Bruce only played 3 full seasons. Therriault was a dog, but he ain't nowhere close to Big Bruce. This is coming from me. Shout out to Zoe.
I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to Perry. I told you. Listen, I told you. I hope you realize, bro, when I don't get starstruck, bro. Bruce Eugene within himself, bro, just had he was black college football. You couldn't talk about black college football without first saying Bruce Eugene doing his era. I mean, dude, he was that dude.
Just look like a big dude running around to me. But hey, like I said, I wasn't there.
Think about that though. Yeah, you see that today's time, but in that time, bro, to see this big dude running around slinging 300-400 yards a game, you can't even get it. Who in the SWAC throwing for 300 yards a game now?
Nah, nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
And to say he did this consistently, you just said all the touchdowns, bro. They was whooping folks' ass at Grambling. Doug Williams was his coach. Grambling had the receivers, man. Grambling was a hell of a team. Bruce Eugene was a hell of a dude. And you don't think that a dude like that can have that type of consistency over a career, and he did it week in and week out. You know, it was just exciting in those times, man. It was just, to me, it's a lot more exciting. We done got watered down now. And then just like when you watched the game, didn't the announcer make you excited too about
Hey, man, listen, alley-oop, he made it. I just love, man, that dude. We got to find that man. Whatever his name is. George Johnson. Somebody find that man.
You look forward to BET coming on a Saturday night with the whatever game, whether it was a MEAC or SWAC. That was just what you look forward to because you weren't going to find black college football nowhere else.
All right, I just asked ChatGPT where he at. George Johnson, black football announcer. Where is he? That's why I sent to George. That's why I sent to ChatGPT, see if we can find him.
They ain't gonna find him.
You sure it's George Johnson?
Because they ain't gonna find him.
Oh. I know some of you old heads in here. Y'all need to find him.
I talked to people who call games with him directly, and they was like, hey, he just he faded off the scene.
All right, I'm in the poll. Bruce Eugene comes out as the winner. 57%. White Tiger at 42%. So Casey's at number 2. And then Big Bruce comes in at number 1.
Shout out to Big Bruce Eugene.
Big Bruce. Big baby. That's just a big dude just running around there.
You had to be there to see it, bro. I mean,
you had to be there.
I did my best with what I could find, but you had to see this dude, bro. He was different. And in those days, which you don't get oversaturated like you do with stuff, when you heard, it was just a lore about him. Like I'm telling you, it's just, you heard about him, it was like, bro, no way somebody doing this every week, every year. It was just like, when is Bruce Eugene when is he gonna leave? And then it really took his stardom up when they did Season of the Tiger because it gave the world an opportunity to see him. Once again, that's the stuff I'm talking about. You said why things were so much exciting back then.
Yeah.
We had shows that gave you insight to black colleges and sports and Season of the Tiger. NBC used to have a show that covered bands called Give Me a Beat, where they'll go follow whatever band and give you the inside scoop. I mean, then you had black colleges being shown in shows. Martin always and Will, they always threw on some HBCU stuff. It just was a time to be alive for HBCUs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We shall see. I'm excited. I'm excited to keep doing this. I'm excited to bring these memories to the forefront of people's minds and have the conversation of what we can do to better show the young legends of today's time and who's taking the mantle for the Jacksons, the Southerns, the Gramblings, and like the fact that there is not a Devontae Kincaid poster at Grambling is a travesty. I don't give a damn what you're talking about.
I just posted Devontae Kincaid's highlights today. So if y'all want to watch any of these on your own time or share them or put them out there, if it's somebody you like, and there's plenty others, you go to my On the Yard Network page and on YouTube.
I'm gonna drop the link I'm about to drop the link in the chat.
I literally just dropped Devontae Kincaid today. I dropped Shedeur Sanders yesterday. I got a Quill Glass, Noah Johnson. I got a lot of guys that I seen y'all say in the comment section. You just gotta scroll, look through all those videos, man. You'll find highlights of a lot of these dudes.
Yeah, and for me, like, why are there no Devontae Kincaid jerseys? You know, like, I mean, you can't get no more recent than that. You know what I'm saying? Of a great legend, never lost the game, no different than Shedeur. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, Akil Glass should have a jersey at Alabama A&M.
Everybody should be at Grambling walking around with a Bruce Eugene jersey. Everybody at Alcorn should have a Donald Carey or a Noah Johnson or a Steve McNair or Fred McNair. I'm just you. Can I get a Teron Armstead jersey, UAPB?
Hey. What about the punter? What about the punter that's in the league right now?
What they call him, the Irish Scottish Hammer?
Yeah.
You better roll with what you can. Why you can? Because he'll be forgotten in 3 years.
So it was Gary Johnson.
It was not Gary Johnson. It was George Johnson. You can go pull up. You can pull it up, and he's gonna say, "Hey guys, George Johnson here."
Oh, I don't know.
Unless that George was his. Matter of fact, go on my pull up on the yard right quick.
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Scroll. It's Jackson versus Southern SWAC Championship.
Okay. What year?
Just scroll. I'll tell you when I see it.
Okay.
Somebody hit me up and told me I was stealing all your content because they didn't know Only Hard was me. They's like, it must have been a loyal fan of yours. And they hit me up saying, how you stealing all of Scotty content and this and this and that? And I'm like, man, I am on the screen with Scotty. And then they kind of left me alone after that. Oh, man. Yeah, scroll down. I'm telling you, you're gonna see it here in a minute. Keep going. Should be somewhere in this realm. Keep going down.
Mm-hmm. 99.
99. You see it
right here? 99. Yeah.
I don't know. It froze up on me. I can't see it. Yep, that's it. Bro, who is this talking about? You could tell Perry used to memorize his way to specific porn videos. What the? What? Come on, man. What, y'all just say anything, man. What? Porn? Jesus Christ.
Man, this thing taking forever.
I'm about to say, is it me? Is it slow motion or is it?
No, it's on my side, my computer. I just got so much stuff running in the background. Let me.
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn. I think I'm then froze up.
Yeah, let me get these other YouTube videos and see what else is back here.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White. And what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
For the first time in the 79-year history of the Southwestern Athletic Conference Elite Championship game determines the overall champion today. Live from Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, it's the champions of the East, Jackson State, taking on Southern, the champs from the West. Hello, everybody. George Johnson, along with Charles Mann.
George
Johnson.
Johnson.
Great quote once said, "This
I
is
know
the way
I'm not
it's supposed
crazy
to be," and it is number 11.
Yep, George Johnson. Man, that hairline is, whew, that hairline is hairlining, ain't it? Oh, man.
11 Southern taking on number 15.
Yep, there you go. Charles Mann and George Johnson.
I know what I'm talking about. I grew up on this. Well, that's what it was trying to tell me it was Gary Johnson. No damn Gary Johnson. Who was that? Talking about damn Gary.
Said George been wiped off the internet. George
Bro,
Johnson.
you can't find, bro. I real life went looking for him. And then I asked people who, you know, Mark Gray, Charlie Neal, I get a chance to talk to all those guys.
Yeah.
I've been looking for him. They like, man, he faded out. He just went into his own world somewhere.
Hashtag
like
find
right
George.
Huh?
Hashtag find George.
That's the guy right there with all the flavor and excitement. I used to love when Black College Football came on BET and he was behind it.
So we'll see how that goes. But Perry, what else you got? What else you got dropping for us, man? Any other people? We good?
For what?
Quarterback?
Oh, in the future?
Yeah.
They just gonna have to tune in and see, man. They're gonna have to tune in and see. Well, we want to do this again on Thursday.
Yeah, we can do this on Thursday, same time, same place.
Shout out to Bruce Eugene making it. It went about the way I thought it was gonna go.
I didn't think he was going. I didn't know he had a fan base like that. I didn't think he was gonna pull it out.
You thought White Tiger because he won that first round.
I did. I definitely did. Yeah, I definitely did. Then all the T Levy fans and all the ones they was like, let me just move my vote over to Big Bruce.
It was like no doubt about it. Those guys were good in their time, but it was like if we talking about who was the best, Bruce Eugene was the best out of those four, in my opinion. Now, for me, I thought, in my opinion, Tavaris Jackson was second, but it's for the people. It's for the people.
Why can't people just enjoy the one? Everybody always want to give us more work. You know what I'm saying? Ask your local schools, okay?
Hey, because Perry the one out here creating these highlights, and I'm telling you, listen, you don't even know how hard it is to make one of these 3 to 5 minute videos. Because I gotta search the internet. It ain't like I can go to your school and just tap on the link and find these videos at your school, on your school website. And not only that, try looking for some of these stats.
Dog, ChatGPT couldn't find some of this stuff. I ain't gonna hold you. So
y'all, I think y'all might get a little spoiled, like it's easy to do this shit. I promise you it ain't easy to do this, but I'm doing it. And we're bringing it here for Scottay and I to talk about it. That's the whole thing. This is what I think this type of content should be happening on the SWAC level and many others, where why not have these type of conversations? Why not bring the names of the past up and let the people remember and talk about them and then go look them up for yourself?
That's crazy. He says crazy 60% of Southern's coaching staff, current coach staff, was in that game. Wow.
They were.
Wow.
Nivis, who was the offensive line coach, now was offensive lineman in that game. Miller, who coaches the D lines, was playing D tackle in that game. Coach Graves was a damn coach on the sideline in that game. I want to say Dooley was a coach, wide receiver coach in that game. Yeah, all them cats. That's that Southern lore we can't let go of.
That memory lane. That memory lane. Can't let it go. Cannot let it go, man. But all right, listen, guys, that's been our time, man. Me and P got some prior engagements we gotta head out to, man. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will be back here same time on Thursday with a new crop for the SWAC Rumble.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Appreciate you guys.
And put the winner up there. Who won it?
Oh, Big Bruce.
And for the people who are going to watch this later after the fact, because I know they're gonna be in the comment section after the fact, because this is like not they may not catch it live. Put who you want in the comment section, who you think won out of this, and who you want to see. Well, I don't care who you want to see, because shit, I already got it. Unless you create the video yourself and you send it to us, I don't really care about who you want to see. I'm gonna show you who I got.
Yeah, hopefully you make it this far in the video, but definitely put your choice of who you would have had winning this quarterback selection. But Big Bruce comes out on top, number one. Again, I'm a White Tiger fan, so that's just me. But
well, he made it to tier 2.
That's not bad. Let's
see if he becomes the top of tier 2.
That's fair. That's fair. He still has opportunity to be the top dog of the 2. Okay,
because he good, but this dude right here, legend. And for anybody out there listening, once again, hey, we're gonna keep pushing this every time. Scotty and Perry need to call somebody Black College Football.
Yes, man. Come on, man. Listen, you D2s need us.
The D1s need us too.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna. They think they too fancy. They gonna be trying to be like, oh y'all, whatever. Y'all announcers suck too. The only one I really like is the Bethune-Cookman white boy. The Bethune-Cookman white boy, he's pretty good. I like him. But
what about the MEAC? You want to go do? We could go do something in the MEAC.
Yeah, listen, we'll go Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? They need all the help they can get. Who else? Delaware State. Yeah.
We'll start. Just make sure your November is clear, because that's when conference play starts. So long as we can get to November,
you straight. I really, honestly though, I want to do a Clark Atlanta game. I would like to do that Golden Fountain Classic game that we talked about. And that's not it. That's not the name. What was it?
That's the Fountain City Classic.
Oh, I thought it was Golden Fountain Classic. My bad. Somewhat of fountain. All right.
Hey, Miles and Tuskegee should be lit.
That should be lit. That should be a good game. You know what I'm saying? So get us there, bro. Yeah, we know y'all Bama's got connections. We holla at me. Holla at us. All right. So that's about to be the new thing, right? Let's get us out there. All right, but listen, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holla. God bless.